Welcome to my channel, the Coine Spot. If you love rare finds, valuable discoveries, and the hidden stories behind everyday money, you're in the right place today. We're counting down the top 4 Australia 20-cent coins, from rare mintages to valuable errors and high-grade collector pieces. These are the coins every collector should keep an eye out for. Top 1. The Australia 2006 20-cent coin. Especially in extra fine condition. Is it rare? Does it have value? What makes it special? Let's find out. Coin background. The Australian 20-cent coin has been a part of the country's currency system since 1966. Introduced during decimalization, it's made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it strength, durability, and a distinctive silvery shine. The obverse, front side, features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. The reverse back side features one of Australia's most famous animals, the platypus, beautifully sculpted by Stuart Devlin. The 20-cent denomination is extremely common in Australia, with millions produced every year, but not all mint years are created equal, and 2006 is one of those interesting years. In 2006, the Royal Australian Mint produced a substantial number of 20-cent coins for regular circulation. However, what makes this particular year notable is the number of high-grade survivors coins that still exist. In extra fine or better condition, most 20-cent coins see heavy daily use. They get scratched, dinged, and worn down quickly, but when a coin from 2006 remains sharp, with clean details of the platypus and Queen's portrait, it becomes attractive to both new and advanced collectors. There were no major minting errors or low mintage issues this year, but high-grade coins are still relatively scarce because of circulation, where when we talk about extra fine condition, we mean a coin that was used but only lightly. Key features of an XF 2006 20-cent include sharp platypus details with visible whiskers, strong, clean lettering, light wear on the Queen's hair, a bright metal surface with minimal scratches. Coins like this are uncommon in daily circulation, making them more collectible. While the 2006 P20-cent coin was minted in large numbers, high-grade specimens are getting harder to find. Collectors today look for modern coins in excellent preserved condition, and because most people did not save 20-cent coins from this year, sharp examples are becoming more desirable. This demand steadily increases the price market value today in dollars. Now let's talk numbers. How much is a 2006 extra fine 20-cent coin worth today? Here's the current market value range. Market value, extra fine condition, $1.20 to $2.50 USD on most online marketplaces in Australia. $2 to $4 Australian dollars if the coin is in about uncirculated or uncirculated. Values increase even more. $5 to $12 US dollars depending on luster and strike quality. Special sales or collector interest can push the price even higher, especially for coins graded by PCGS or NGC. This coin stands out because it's affordable yet collectible. Extra fine condition is hard to find. It's part of the long-running platypus design series. Many collectors build year-by-year sets of Australian decimal coins. The 2006 example holds historical significance as part of Queen Elizabeth II's later portrait era. It's one of those coins that's easy to overlook but grows in value over time. If you have a 2006 20-cent coin in extra fine condition, I recommend keeping it, especially if it's shiny and sharply struck. Values of modern high-grade Australian coins have been increasing gradually as collectors complete sets. Selling now can give you a profit, but holding it for the long term may bring even better returns. And that's the full story of the Australia 2006 20-cent coin, its history, rarity, and current market value. Top 2. The Australia 2004 20-cent coin. Especially in extra fine condition. Is it rare? Does it hold value? What's the history behind it? Let's dive in and find out. The Australian 20-cent coin was first introduced in 1966, the year Australia changed from pounds and shillings to a decimal currency system. The coin is made from copper nickel, a durable blend of copper and nickel, and weighs 11.3 grams, with a diameter of 28.5 millimeters. The obverse side features Queen Elizabeth II, and in 2004 the portrait used was designed by Ian Rank Broadley, known for its realistic detail. On the reverse side, you'll find one of Australia's most iconic animals, the platypus. Designed by famous sculptor Stuart Devlin, the swirling water lines and graceful movement make it one of the best-loved designs in Australian coinage. The year 2004 was a regular minting year for 20-cent coins in Australia. The Royal Australian Mint produced millions of coins for circulation, and most entered daily use as soon as they were released. But what makes the 2004 issue interesting isn't a low mintage or a special design, it's the condition. Most coins from 2004 have heavy circulation where they've been dropped, scratched, and used for nearly 2 decades. Finding them in extra fine or better condition has become surprisingly difficult for collectors today. An extra fine 2004 20-cent coin is not just any coin pulled from a pocket. It must show clean, sharp details on the platypus, the Queen's portrait with clear hairlines, light overall wear, bright luster with minimal scratches, no major dents or damage. These coins stand out immediately when placed next to a regular circulated 20-cent piece. Why is the 2004 coin rare in XF condition? The rarity of this coin in extra fine condition comes from one factor: age plus circulation. A 2004 coin has now been in use for over 20 years. Most examples show heavy where people rarely saved them when they were new because the year did not seem special. So high grade 2004 coins today are far less common than collectors expect. Market value in dollars. Now let's talk about the value. How much is a 2004 20-cent coin in extra fine condition worth today? Here are the current market values. Market value: extra fine condition $1.20 to $2 USD on online markets in Australia, $2 to $3 Australian dollars. About uncirculated examples: $3 to $5 US dollars depending on shine and surface quality. Uncirculated mint state: if your coin is close to perfect, $6 to $12 US dollars, and sometimes higher if graded by NGC or PCGS, though not extremely expensive. This coin remains a popular modern collector piece, especially for those completing an Australian decimal year set. Collectors love the 2004 20-cent coin because it's affordable but harder to find in high grades. It belongs to the classic platypus series. Many collectors build year-by-year sets. XF or AU examples are becoming increasingly scarce. Modern Australian coins in premium condition continue to rise in value. While the coin isn't rare in total numbers, its high-grade survivors are definitely getting harder to locate. If you have a 2004 20-cent coin in extra fine condition, my advice is keep it. These coins tend to appreciate slowly over time, and collectors are always looking for clean, sharp examples of modern decimal pieces. If you find one in near mint or uncirculated condition, you definitely have a strong collector coin. And that's the full history, rarity, and market value of the Australia 2004 20-cent coin in extra fine condition. Top 3. The Australia 1981 20-cent coin. Even in bad condition, a coin many people still find in pocket change, but few understand its full story. Is it rare? Does it have value? What makes the 1981 issue so interesting? Let's dive into the history, the details, and the market value of this coin today. Background of the Australian 20-cent coin. The Australian 20-cent coin was first introduced in 1966. Replacing the old shilling during decimalization, it is made from copper nickel, a durable blend of copper and nickel, weighing 11.3 grams and measuring 28.5 millimeters in diameter. The reverse of the coin features a beautiful and iconic design: the platypus, sculpted by Stuart Devlin, one of Australia's greatest coin designers. The obverse, front side, shows the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, and for 1981, the portrait was created by artist Arnold McKinn, the second major portrait used on Australian decimal coins. 1981 is one of the most fascinating years for Australian 20-cent coins. Why? Because 3 different mints were involved in producing these coins: Royal Australian Mint, Canberra, Australia; Royal Canadian Mint, Canada; Royal Mint in Wales, United Kingdom. Australia had a massive demand for circulating coins during this time, so foreign mints assisted with production. This means the 1981 20-cent coin exists in multiple variations, including slightly different shapes of lettering, small design differences, and most famously the rare Canadian mule varieties. Even if your coin is in bad condition, knowing which mint made it can influence its collectible value. Let's talk about condition. A coin in bad condition typically shows heavy wear, scratches, and dense loss of shine. Flattened details on the platypus, faded queen portrait, edge damage or discoloration for most common years. A bad condition coin might not carry much collector value, but with 1981, the story is a little different because of the multiple mints and the possibility of rare varieties. Even low-grade coins can attract collector interest. Rarity of the 1981 coin, bad condition included. The regular 1981 Australian 20-cent coins are not rare in total numbers. Millions were made across the 3 mints. However, finding specific varieties, especially Canadian strike coins, is harder. Even in poor condition, collectors may still want Canadian struck coins, UK struck coins, die variations, mule-type coins, extremely rare. This is why even a bad condition 1981 coin can still have some collector interest. Market value today in dollars. Now let's talk about the part you're waiting for. How much is a 1981 20-cent coin in bad condition worth today? Here are the current market estimates. Market value: bad condition, typical circulated, 20 cents to 40 cents USD in Australia. 20C face value to 0.50 Australian dollars. Canadian mint 1981, bad condition, $1 to $2 US dollars. Collectors often pay more because it's a foreign minted version. UK mint 1981, bad condition, 50 cents to $1, 1,981 US dollars. Mule error, super rare. Even in bad condition, if you somehow have the mule variety, which uses the wrong obverse design, the value skyrockets $300 to $800 US dollars. In bad condition, high grades can exceed $1,500 plus USD. So while a normal 1981 coin May not be expensive and poor condition. Specific varieties can be very profitable. Collectors love the 1981 20-cent coin because it has multiple mints from around the world. Some varieties are rare. It's part of the classic platypus series. It's nearly 45 years old. It's linked to one of the most interesting minting histories in Australian coins. Even a worn-out coin tells a story of global production, circulation, and heritage, and that's why collectors still buy them if your coin is a regular 1981 Australian struck coin. You can keep it as part of a collection or spend it. It won't bring high value, but if it is Canadian strike, UK strike, a variety, or mule error, even bad condition coins can be valuable and worth keeping for future appreciation. If you want to know your exact variety, you should compare the lettering style or check the coin's edges and design details. And that completes our deep dive into the Australia 1981 20-cent coin, even in bad condition. From its global minting history to its market value today, this coin has far more story behind it than most people realize. Top for the 1980 Australia 20-cent coin. Even in bad condition, is it rare? Does it have any collector value? And what makes 1980 a special year? Let's break down the full history, demand, and current market value of this interesting coin. The 20-cent coin was introduced in 1966, replacing the old 1 shilling coin as part of Australia's switch to decimal currency made from copper nickel, a blend of copper and nickel. The coin weighs 11.3 grams with a diameter of 28.5 millimeters, making it a solid piece of everyday currency. The obverse side features Queen Elizabeth II. And in 1980 it carried the Arnold Machin portrait, which was used on Australian coins from 1966 to 1984. The reverse design, created by master sculptor Stuart Devlin, shows the iconic platypus swimming through water, one of the most recognizable designs in Australian coin history. In 1980, Australia experienced a high demand for circulating coins. To meet the demand, the Royal Australian Mint produced a large quantity of 20-cent pieces. Unlike some later years where foreign mints assisted with production, the 1980 20-cent coin was struck entirely in Australia, making it easier to identify and consistent in design. While the mintage was very high, a large portion of these coins entered heavy circulation, meaning most surviving examples today show significant wear, especially those from the early 1980s. When collectors say a coin is in bad condition, they mean heavy wear on the Queen's portrait, faded or flattened platypus details, multiple scratches or dense discoloration or corrosion, loss of original shine, general circulation damage. Most 1980 20-cent coins found today fall into this category. The 1980 coin rare in bad condition because of the high mintage numbers. The 1980 20-cent coin is not considered rare. In lower grades, millions were produced, and many remain in circulation even today. However, collectors look for coins from older decades, and anything from 1980 or earlier, even in bad condition, can still attract interest from beginner collectors, kids starting coin albums, and people working on full-year sets of Australian decimal coins. Market value today in dollars. What is a 1980 Australia 20-cent coin in bad condition worth today? Market value: bad condition, typical circulated, 20 cents to 40 cents USD. In Australia, 20 cents to 0.50 Australian dollars. This means the coin is worth about face value in worn condition. Better condition, fine to very fine. If the coin is not too worn, 50 cents to $1 USD. Extra fine to uncirculated. High grades, collectors pay more for clean, shiny examples, $3 to $8 US. Highest grade pieces can reach $10 to $15 USD, especially certified coins. So while the 1980 coin doesn't carry huge value in poor condition, cleaner examples do bring collector interest. Error varieties, can they be valuable? One thing that makes the 1980 coin interesting is the presence of a few error types. If your coin, no matter how worn, shows an error, the value can increase significantly. Rare errors include off-center strikes, clipped planchets, cuds or die breaks, double rim or double strike struck through, grease marks. Even in bad condition, an error coin can sell for $10 to $100 plus USD depending on the error type and visibility. This is why every coin collector still checks old worn coins carefully. Collectors appreciate the 1980 coin for several reasons. It's part of the pre-1985 era of Australian currency. It uses the Arnold Machin portrait, which is now discontinued. It's old enough to have nostalgia value. Some people collect one coin from every year. Error varieties keep the 1980 issue interesting. Even if your coin is worn down, it remains part of Australia's early decimal history. If your coin is badly worn, you have two options: keep it. It can be useful for completing a year set, teaching beginner starter collections. Raw circulation hoards, checking for errors. Sell it. A regular worn 1980 coin won't bring much return, usually just slightly above face value, but if it has an error, unusually sharp details, or a unique appearance, it can be worth holding on to. And that wraps up our in-depth look at the Australia 1980 20-cent coin. Even in bad condition, from its history to its market value, this coin remains a solid part of Australian numismatic heritage. If you enjoy rare coin videos, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more content from the Coine Spot. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.